What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Sunday, June 12th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game slate today, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Justin Verlander, and he's pitching against a low-salary batting team, the Miami Marlins. Justin Verlander only giving up a .581 OPS versus righties. He's facing 7 righties here today, and the Marlins have only hit 8 of his last 39 pitches. That's a .205 batting average. Justin Verlander is $10,900 FanDuel salary, $400 less on DraftKings, and he's averaging 42 fantasy points per game on the season. Has an ERA of 2.14. His record is 7-2, pitching an average of 94 pitches per game. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Justin Verlander here versus the Miami Marlins. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Wilson Contreras with a 49% batting advantage over Jose Quintana. William Contreras, not Wilson Contreras, William Contreras is batting 8% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .891 OPS versus lefties. Jose Quintana pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .838 OPS versus righties. There's no at-bats versus Quintana yet, and William Contreras is $3,700 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .282. So I like William Contreras here versus Jose Quintana. Now I also like Josh Bell with a 64% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Jason Alexander. Josh Bell is batting 9% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .845 OPS versus righties. Jason Alexander pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, 55% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .667 OPS versus switch hitters. Josh Bell is only $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he has a batting average of .309. So I like Josh Bell here versus Jason Alexander. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ketel Marte with a 30% batting advantage over Ranger Suarez. Ketel Marte is batting 23% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .014 OPS versus lefties. Ranger Suarez giving up a .623 OPS versus switch hitters. And I like this pick because Ketel Marte is 4 for 7. That's a .571 batting average and a .238 OPS versus Suarez. He's $3,300 FanDuel salary. He is $2,100 more on DraftKings, He's averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .267, so I like Ketel Marte here versus Ranger Suarez. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Here's a value play. Take a look at Isaac Paredes, and he's got a 71% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Cole Sands. Isaac Paredes is batting 38% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .834 OPS versus righties, and Cole Sands pitches his worst ball by far to righty batters, 34% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.219 OPS versus righties. Now, Isaac Paredes is 0 for 1 versus Sands, but he's only $2,400 FanDuel salary, $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. Now, he only has a batting average of 200, but he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. So I like Isaac Paredes here versus Cole Sands. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Dansby Swanson with a 50% batting advantage over Jose Quintana. Dansby Swanson batting 8% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .822 OPS versus lefties. Jose Quintana pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 42% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a .838 OPS versus righties. Dansby Swanson is 1 for 2 versus Quintana with a 1.5 OPS because that hit was a double, and he's $3,400 FanDuel salary, $1,900 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, and he has a batting average of .290. So I like Dansby Swanson here versus Jose Quintana. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. There's a lot of studs that are in great spots here tonight or here today. You got Aaron Judge, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Yordan Alvarez, as well as Juan Soto. All of those guys are in fantastic spots here tonight. They're all, 4K salary and up on DraftKings. So you got to pay up for those guys, but they're all good plays. Now, let's take a look at some lower salary picks. I have 2 for you, and actually I have 3 here. So I like Randy Arozarena and Manuel Margot if you're looking at the 3K range. But the guy that I'm looking at to save some salary in your lineup, who's in a pretty good spot, is Andrew Benintendi. He's got a 17% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Dean Kramer. Andrew Benintendi is batting a .775 OPS versus righties. And Dean Kramer, he's pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 17% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.015 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Kramer yet, and Andrew Benintendi is $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season, and he scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Last game, he had a 0, so I think he's got a good chance at a hit here today. And he's got a batting average of .308. So great batting average, low salary, and Vegas thinks there's going to be 10 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Andrew Benintendi here versus Dean Kramer. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.